back in the day, like, and this like I said, I always talk with my intent to just speak about whatever. So whoever gets mad, it's fine. That's why it's called truth is not treason.
Yeah.
You know, if there is another politically correct way for me to be talking about it, my apologies. Fuck you. I don't care if you understand the scenario or the content of what I'm talking about. Then I guess I'm getting my point across. Anywho, as in, like, okay, kids, some of them, they grow up and their teeth are messed up, or their eyebrows don't match, or they just don't look the same from one side to the other. Ugly, fat, stupid, whatever these kids want to call these other kids out there.
Mm-hmm.
So that's where I believe it comes from the beginning, not from people leading into suicide or something. No, like, I think what happened was is over time we went from, okay, you fell down on the ground, you're starting to cry, get your ass up, you'll be fine,
Right.
you're not dead, to, oh my God, come here, you're dying, make sure you're okay, if we need to take you to the hospital, to that much extreme. So now all these kids grow up with this whole scapegoat that, oh, well, mommy will take care of me or daddy will take care of me because they've always saved me. And so now, of course, years pass by, kids have learned to start calling CPS, and then they start trying to call it child abuse. So now, big lines out there, there's a big line between child abuse and what falls into it and what doesn't. And it's almost that you can't even touch a child nowadays because, oh, it's considered abuse. Fuck no.
Let me throw something in here. One of the things I find out about, not find out, but I consider about kids today, and I'm grateful I don't have my own because I eat them as soon as they hatch. But when I was growing up, there was the traditional family. I didn't come from it, but there was a traditional family.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
And it was like the mommy, the daddy, the siblings, maybe a dog, you know, whatever. And, you know, it was like, hey, you grew up and you interacted with your family. The family was your first society. That's where you were introduced to the world, through your family. Okay. They were everyone who would teach you how to interact and how you would develop your personality. Okay. Today, we're not seeing that so much because one parent has to constantly be away, and then it's like, okay, now we got a shift. Now we got this other one who comes in for a few hours and watches over the kids, and then the other one has to go to work.
So it's not even like co-parenting anymore. It's just parenting one at a time.
It's taking shifts,
Yes.
you know, and, you know, the kids are given distractions. Here, play with this phone. Here, play with these toys. Why? Because I need some sleep.
But I think one of the biggest downfalls to, like, the start of a lot of this shit, like why kids start acting like this, is because parents nowadays, they kids learn certain things. Okay? You have somebody who's in one grade and somebody who's in another, and they'll start talking about a certain topic. They could talk about when the cell phone came out.
Right.
Oh, hey, did you hear that there's a cell phone that came out? This kid would turn around and be like, what's a cell phone? This kid turned around automatically. Oh, you don't know what a cell phone is? And that's where I believe it starts, because it's like you're automatically assuming ignorance on this other kid. It's like not everybody's going to know what the fuck you're talking about, they're talking about. There's things that you know that I don't know, there's things I know that you don't know. It's just the way our society lives. But I think that's one of the biggest starting failures that starts with all this shit, because kids now, they take the two routes. They either get defensive and they start fighting back and they get all argumental with this person that just, you know, said this, or they start becoming like, oh gosh, I'm stupid, you know, I don't know what, I didn't know what that was. I didn't know what a volcano was, or what it was called, that it was called lava on the inside, or anything that people do. And like I said, that's what I think is like one of the biggest downfalls to our society right now.
Well, I'm going to contribute a little and say that our society has gone kind of the way of the Roman Empire.
Okay.
All right. The Roman Empire, at its height, was like, oh yeah, we got all the science, we got all our religion, we got all our social structure, we got our gladiators, we got, you know, sports and everything.
We have everything.
We have everything. We are the badasses. And it was called the Roman Ecumenum, that it was an honor and a privilege to be a part of Rome. So when they conquered your ass, they were doing you a favor. They were like, what? You're not Roman? We're going to conquer your ass and make you a Roman. You're going to love it. It was seriously like that. That was their attitude.
Okay.
All right. But the problem was the Roman Empire just got too fucking big. They were starting to lose control over themselves. And when they did that, the old saying, you ever hear of give them bread in circuses? Okay.
Yeah.
That was from those days. It was give them bread in circuses. What that meant was, hey, the people are in an uprising. They're angry. You know, we're having problems. We can't find jobs. We can't do this. You know, we've been taxed out of this. Here, give them bread. Feed them. Why? Because bread is cheap to make and fills you up really good.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? Give them circuses. Put on the shows. Ooh, guys killing each other. Makes them forget about the shit that's going on with them. Kind of like what they're doing now. Hey, give them, and I'm going to say this, video games. Why? Because they'll distract them. That's what the bread and circuses was, distract the crowds. You know, and now it's like, if you ever look, the video game industry is gigantic. It's multi-billion.
Oh, the next console that's due to come out is already scheduled minimum $500 for the smallest capacity of it. Yeah.
Okay. And we sit there on our games and we play our games and shit. We're distracted. In the meantime, the world is going on around us and we're not paying attention. We're not being aware of what's going around us because we're distracted. We have those bread and circuses. Shit's going on in the White House, you know, that really shouldn't be going on. That terrifies me.
And I mean, if we were to even get into that topic, I mean, that'd be a whole nother fucking case of issues.
That's a series right there. But, you know, I mean, it's like there's shit going on around us and we're being distracted by these video games.